You know, when you think of the Grand Canyon, you probably picture this stunning, massive work of nature, right? But what if I told you it's also hiding a piece of history? A secret so big it could literally rewrite everything we thought we knew about the ancient world. What if deep inside those canyon walls, there's a mystery that we were never, ever supposed to find? It all really kicks off with one simple question. Why is a huge chunk of the Grand Canyon completely off limits to everybody? I mean, no hikers, no tours, nothing. Now, the official story is kind of vague, something about safety, but some researchers are convinced the real reason goes back to a mind-blowing discovery from 1909, a discovery that was deliberately forgotten. So where does this wild story even come from? Well, it starts right here. A front-page expose from the Arizona Gazette. And look, this wasn't some little article buried in the back pages. This was a lead story. It claimed a discovery so massive it should have been front-page news all over the world. But instead, after this one report, it got buried. Let's go back to 1909. There's an explorer, a guy named G.E. Kincaid, and he's rafting down the super dangerous Colorado River. All of a sudden, he spots something that no one was ever supposed to see, a man-made entrance carved right into the rock face, hundreds of feet above the water. And what he said he found inside, well, it was just impossible. According to that newspaper article, Kincaid walked into a massive underground citadel. He talked about this labyrinth of tunnels and huge rooms, all clearly man-made, and they were filled with artifacts that had absolutely no business being in Arizona. We're talking Egyptian mummies, copper weapons, and walls just covered in ancient hieroglyphs. And believe me, the details get even weirder. Kincaid said he found statues that didn't even look Egyptian, but more Eastern, like a Buddha. He found copper tools that were forged with a hardness that, for that era, modern science would have said was totally impossible. This wasn't just a tomb he found, it was like a multicultural, technologically advanced outpost. This wasn't a cave, it was a whole lost civilization. Now, you'd think a discovery like that would kick off a global scientific gold rush, right? You'd expect massive expeditions, TV documentaries, a complete rewrite of the history books. But instead, there was nothing. Just silence. So you have to ask yourself, why would a story this big just evaporate? And this, right here, is where the plot really thickens. On one hand, you have Kincaid's incredibly detailed claim that could shatter history. And on the other, you have the Smithsonian Institution. You know, the old Summit authority on American history. They didn't just deny the discovery. No, they claimed the explorer himself, G.E. Kincaid, never even existed. They flat out called it a hoax. But hold on a second. That denial just opens up a whole new can of worms. If it was all just a newspaper fantasy, a simple made-up story, then why is that exact area of the Grand Canyon still wrapped in so much secrecy today? You know, the researchers who really believe Kincaid's story, they point to clues that you can actually see for yourself today. There are these zones in the canyon reportedly right near Kincaid's coordinates that are still restricted government property. If you go look at certain satellite maps of the area, you'll find entire sections are just pixelated out. You have to wonder, why go to all that trouble to hide a simple hoax? But maybe, just maybe, the most compelling piece of evidence isn't hidden by some government fence or blurred out on a map. What if it's been staring us all in the face for decades, printed right on the official maps of the Grand Canyon? Okay, just look at the names of the landmarks in this specific area. The Tower of Ra, the Temple of Set, the Cheops Pyramid. I mean, come on, these aren't Native American names, they're not pioneer names. These are the names of ancient Egyptian gods and pharaohs, in the middle of the Arizona desert. Geologists say it's just a coincidence that some early surveyor just had a thing for Egypt, but really, is it? So, you're left with two completely different realities. The official story is that it's all one big coincidence, that an early mapmaker just happened to love Egyptology. The other theory? Well, it suggests something that would fundamentally change history as we know it. That ancient mariners sailed across the Atlantic, somehow navigated the Colorado River, and built a settlement, a final refuge deep inside the Grand Canyon. So, which one is it? Is the Grand Canyon hiding a lost, suppressed chapter of human history? Actual proof of contact between the old world and the new, thousands of years before Columbus? Or is this all just a fantastic legend, a ghost story sparked by a single, long-forgotten newspaper article? Officially, the answer is a hard no. But the fences, the blurred maps, those Egyptian names, and that forgotten newspaper story, they all keep this mystery alive. What if the truth is still down there, just waiting in the dark? The question is still hanging in the air. Was ancient Egypt somehow linked to America? The answer, well, it might be buried deeper than you think.